What's going on, everybody? I thought we would do a live stream tonight, just at a later time, just some spontaneous thing, something different, right? I know a lot of you guys work night shift and things like that, or either day shift, and you don't get these. So, figure we go ahead and do something a little different. So, I don't figure that we'll have that many people in here tonight, but that's fine. Basically, we're just open to talk about really whatever you guys want to talk about. I've got a few things that I do want to discuss. T Top Thomas in the house, Mustang Guy 6501, Pimp. All right, so we got a few people in the house as it is. Let me turn this other light on over here. I think that'll actually help some. So I hope everybody's doing good. Lord, your boy is give out. I can promise you. I am give out, but I do want to do, like I said, a live stream for you guys. So, all right, let me go ahead and get this chat popped out. And can everybody hear me good? Still at work right now. Okay, so my thought process was, we typically don't go live this late, but I'm off tomorrow, and I don't know. I don't like to go live whenever I post a video the same day, but I know a lot of you miss out on it, and I want to change up the times. And like, I like being spontaneous. I don't do things on a schedule. I do try to put my videos out around the same time, same day, but other than that, guys, live streams are just live streams. They're whenever I can do them. I just got done with the engine back here, as you can see. Made sure I think at least a little bit of it is in the background back here. So been working pretty hard on that. Got the rotating assembly done on it. And then we've got behind you, and I'll probably go ahead and give you guys a sneak peek of some of the stuff that we got ordered that came in. We're going to start on the car tomorrow. I've actually got the interior panels out of it, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited, guys. We're going to start dyeing interior tomorrow. So main thing tonight is not about me. It's really just about you guys and talking with you. If there are any questions that you got, I'll try my best to answer them if I can. So we got, like I said, T-Top Thomas in the house, Redman, Mustang Guy 6501, Pimp in the house, Pro, Projaden, what? Projaden 87? Projaden 87? Let's see. I was about to lay down, but I'm still up. All right, Danny. So look, I'm not gonna hold you guys a long time tonight. I just, I get a lot of questions and things like that through not through Messenger so much, but through Instagram and things like that. If any of you guys have any questions, we can go ahead and kind of address those tonight. As far as like what's going on with the cars, what the plans are. I did put out in the current video tonight, what the plans are with this thing. I'm pretty excited about it. I really want to drive this car a lot. So I have to be careful on how I build it. And I obviously don't want like an aftermarket block type situation in this car. We may eventually do a small supercharger setup, maybe something used or just a small supercharger at some point for this car. But guys, I just want to keep it streetable. I want to start it up in the morning and be able to let it warm up and idle and not have to just immediately get it out of the driveway. So that's kind of the plan with this thing. So let's see. All right. For whatever reason, the chat stopped, so I have to refresh it off. Okay, let's see what we got here. Engine looks good. I do appreciate it. T-Top Thomas, thank you so much. Picked up Royal Purple, a Royal Blue 93 LX after sitting a couple hours. She fires right up. Nice. Warm it up, turn it off, won't fire up. Oh, and let's see, won't fire but will crank. Thinking the TFI. All right, so let's get down to this real quick, like for T-Top here. So he says he picked up a Royal Blue 93 LX. After sitting a couple hours, she fires right up. Warm it up, turn it off, won't fire but will crank. Thinking the TFI, but read could be the starter. So my bet is pretty much going to be a TFI module on that T-top. That's typically the issue. Now, it could be the distributor itself, and I just replace the distributor. I don't go like outside of a TFI module. If there's an issue with like a pickup or something like that, all that stuff, I just replace the whole distributor at that point. That's just typically it's easier that way. But it could also be a coil. Your coil could be getting hot and causing the same issue. But I think you're right. I think it's TFI module. Replace it if you can get your hands on a Motorcraft one. Do that. All right, let's see what we got here. Like the 18s, Gary says. Late night chatting. Yeah, man, we're just chilling out tonight. I look tired in the recent video. Yeah, I'm give out. I'm just tired. This is not always easy. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. You put a lot of unneeded time pressure on yourself and stress, and that's just my nature, though. I'm that way. I'm going to do that whether I have a YouTube channel or not. But it's definitely ramped up with the channel, so I put a lot of stress on myself. Um, but I'll say this: I love to push myself, and never misunderstand what I'm saying here. Like I spend time with my family, probably not as much as I should, but I make sure that I spend time with my family, and I do the things that I need to do. I get up every day and I go to work, blah blah blah. But it gets hard sometimes, especially with Ford Takeover. Not too far away. I really want this car to look good and be right. I want to try to have this engine together, so that's another thing, and just a bunch of stuff. But you know, here's how I look at a situation like what I've got going on right now. If you'll go ahead and grind it out and bust your ass and just get it done, it'll suck for a couple of weeks, but you'll have it done and you'll be able to enjoy it for the rest of your life, or at least for probably a couple of years. And I think it's worth it at times to just go ahead and just get it done, because by procrastinating and putting things off, you do a little here, a little there, and your mind is never fully where it needs to be. If you're spending time with your family, you're thinking about the things you need to be doing. It's almost best to just go ahead, suffer through it, knock it out, get it done, and then you're free. It's the same thing as like what we tell our kids, the same way we were probably raised, right? We used to get in trouble as kids for, not cleaning our rooms, or maybe your mom come home early from work, and you didn't have the dishes washed. And the argument always was, well, why didn't you go ahead and just do it as soon as you could earlier on? That way you have the rest of the day, right? And it's kind of the same thing that we try to teach our kids. So our kids are basically in tune to knowing what time we get home from work, and they'll like rush to clean up or do dishes or whatever the case may be right before we walk through the door. And we try to tell them, look, as soon as you get home, go ahead and do what you got to do. It sucks, but if you'll go ahead and knock it out, you'll have some free time. And that's the mindset really that I have with these builds and these cars and things. But not to completely get off on a whole nother subject or tangent, but yeah, it wears me out sometimes for sure, but I like it. I like the challenge. And, although this channel is small and, we don't reach out to, a whole like group of people other than Foxbody guys, I think that it does serve as an inspiration to you all to be able to see what you can get done when you put your mind to it. It's not a way, I don't think, that people would want to live their life every single day. You couldn't live like this every day. It's too much. But what you do is it's almost like fasting in a sense. You get after it. You work hard for a while, and then you slack off and you take a little bit of a break, and then you get back to it. So that is what it is. Let's see. So Jay says that he thinks he's the master of procrastinators. Let's see. Mustang Mike 256. What's up? Let me take this hat off because I feel like I can't. I'm having to like look up. So let's see. Procrastinators unite tomorrow. Yeah, exactly, right? How well does interior dye hold up? Okay, so interior dye, I get this question so much, and I'm going to really, really harp on it in my next video. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to try to do some interior dye. How can I say this? The factory, Ford, and every other manufacturer uses interior dye. I don't think a lot of people are completely aware of that. But if you look at the dash of our cars where it's two-toned at, I want to say the base color is black, I think, and then they dye it red from there, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe the other way around. But these cars use interior dye, like spray dye, right, from the factory. And I get these questions all the time. You know, how does it last? How durable is it? I mean, can you scratch it? Yes, you can. Will it wear off? Will it fade? Yeah, eventually, but doesn't it all? Right? Didn't these cars from the factory? It holds up really good. I don't know how else to really put it because I don't know what to compare it to. It's going to hold up about like your factory car would if you've taken care of it. You're going to get several years out of it. If you keep it in a garage, I mean, this thing is going to last 10, 20 years with that interior dye. It's all in how you prep it. I use isopropyl alcohol and a red Scotch-Brite. A gray Scotch-Brite works as well, probably even a little better. It's a little less coarse. But yeah, guys, it works great. Don't be scared of the interior dye. Also, you can mist it over your carpet, like if you need to bring your carpet kind of back to life a little bit, which is what we're going to do here. I'm not going to put new carpet in the car, but just honestly because I don't want to change it, and it looks decent. So I'm going to show you guys a tip, you know, where you can just mist over it. Also, you can do it on your seats as well. So your tweed seats, yes, they have different colors and different fabrics and stuff like that in them, but this interior dye is so transparent that if you do like a light mist coat, it actually just enhances what you already have. If you go too heavy with it, yes, it'll all just be a solid red color or black or gray or whatever the case may be. Anyway, loving the late night. Yeah, Mo. So I decided to do something a little different tonight. Drew Mungo, thank you so very much. Just picked up a V1 Vortec for my carb HCI 302. Wow. Should I do blow-through carb or Super Sniper EFI? I personally, I'm scared to death of blow-through setups. I know some of you have done it and you've had success. I'm personally terrified of them, but I know people have done it. Me personally, if you can afford it, I would probably go with the Sniper. At that point, you have the same thing that my Calypso is, or either the Retro Fox, an EFI supercharged or turbo car. So that's what I recommend, but I'm just not the guy to give you any input on a blow-through setup. So Jay Strom is looking for a rust-free hatch. Anyone around Florida area-ish? Is there a good dye for 93 Opal interior gray? Presidio gray is almost dead on. So it's made by SEM or SIM. Look up Presidio gray, and that stuff works really good. What kind of power have you seen a 331 make? Is it a huge difference from a 302? Me personally, the numbers are all over the board. It depends on how you build it. Is it a huge difference between a 302? No. I'm going to just be honest with you. If you built the identical, like two identical engines, one was a 302, one was a 331, no. It's not like, oh my God. No. Is it worth it though? Yes. And the reason why I say yes, it's worth it to go 331 or 347 is simply because it does amplify anything you do from there, right? So if you're starting with a 302 and you got heads cam intake, it's going to make good power. Obviously, it's going to make more power with a 331. If you slap a turbo or supercharger or nitrous on that 331, it's going to react drastically different than the 302 will. Stock for stock, like if you had a 331 bottom end, right, and you put stock head, stock everything on it, you're not going to see hardly any difference. It will start to make a difference, a compounding effect once you start upgrading everything around that. So, Dang, late. I know. What's up, Jimmy Ward? Hope everything's good, brother. I need to get up with you tomorrow, by the way. Um, Car looks great. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the car. Honestly, it's turned out pretty good. As you all know, I've got a few little issues with it. I need to redo the hood because the solvent popped on me, and like a few issues on the side of the car. So I didn't fully explain it in the videos because it's. I don't want to draw attention to it because most people wouldn't even notice it. But when I was doing the flow coat on the car, you know, you come in after you painted the car, you put your clear coat on it, and you sand the car. I even block sanded the car out. Your clear coat will fill that, no problem. I did 500 grit on it, no problem whatsoever. The clear coat would have filled that. Well, I had a few areas where, like little tiny areas where I cut through whenever I was sanding. So a little tiny area like that, you're gonna have to use, you know, your gun to do this to get a good blend on it. And I didn't do a wet bed. And I know a lot of people probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's like a clear base where you apply something wet to the car so that when you put your color on it, your metallic can lay down and all become even and not get what they call sand piling, where essentially all your metallic and your overspray just kind of builds up. Long story short, when I went to touch up a couple of the little areas where I had blown through with the sandpaper, it sand piled on me. It built up, got stray metallic flakes. We'll just say that. Kind of off to the side. Well, when I go to put my clear coat on it, instead of the clear coat burning down into the sand scratches and filling them all in and making it just beautiful and uniform, there was a little bit of base coat kind of covering up those little sand scratches. So when I put the clear coat on, it didn't penetrate through the base coat. And in the right light, you have to get it in the right light. You can see the cross hatches a little bit where I was sanding. So, that was my mistake. I shouldn't have done that. I at least should have retacked the car. If I'd have retacked it, there's a good chance that wouldn't have happened, but still likely. Hey, guys, I'm not a professional painter. You know, I mean, it is what it is. You live and you learn. But I think I'm going to redo a couple of spots on the car. But yeah, guys, I appreciate all the support and all the love. The car is very unique. I know it probably doesn't look like it. Just looks like a gray Foxbody, but it is definitely a unique look. Any tips on setting up air compressor spray gun? Thinking of painting my Fox at home. Yes, that's a great question, Calvin. Oh my God, I could go on and on and on about this. I don't know what size air compressor you have. I guess go ahead and tell me. You are never going to guess who I had lunch with Sunday, Scotty. Probably Hunter, if I had to guess. So what gallon air compressor do you have? Okay. They make, depending on the size of your air compressor, if you have a smaller, let's say 30 gallon or below, use an LVLP gun. Look them up, LVLP. And what that's going to do is allow you to run less air pressure, less volume of air pressure, and you can get away with a lot there, okay? Oh, Cullen Bell. All right, man. I hadn't seen Cullen in forever. Okay. All right, so you have no setup at the moment. All right. Good deal. That's probably the best thing. Buy look at the Cobalt 60-gallon air compressor. You don't need a dual stage air compressor. Don't let anybody tell you that you do. A single stage is just fine. The only difference between a dual and a single stage is the dual stage will create more air pressure. You don't need 165 PSI, right? You don't need that. Single stage air compressor like a Cobalt or DeWalt, anything like that. Get you about a 15-foot hose, come off of your air compressor and just kind of loop it up and down to basically use all of that 15-foot hose, and then put your dryer, your water separator on it. And then from there, just hook your hose up. You can put a couple of water separators if you'd like, but that's what I would do. Single stage, 60-gallon, about 15 to 20 feet of hose, and like I said, just kind of run it up and down like this. And what that does is the hot air that comes out of the compressor, you want that air to cool off before it gets over into your water separator, because if it's too close like mine is at the moment, it'll just blow right through it. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. Big things coming, Scotty says. Yes. I know Scotty's getting his car together. We'll have to get that on the channel at some point as well. Scotty's a good buddy of mine. And Cullen. Sell me your Cobra wheels, Kenneth says. No, we're not selling any wheels, guys. You know we're going to keep those wheels. All right, so talking about the wheels. I think we're far enough into this right now. I think I want to do something different with the wheels. So can you guys see the wheels? I think you can see them. Let me move this to see what you can see. Yeah. So the Cobra wheels back here, I'm thinking about color matching, but not in a gloss. I think I want to do a satin gray. Same color as the car in a satin. I want something to be a little different. I think I'm going to try one wheel out and we'll see. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. I'm having issues with my turn signals. Yeah, guys, help him out on that. That could be a million different things. It could be a flasher, a bulb, a multifunction switch. God, who knows? My V3 supercharger housing cracked in 2 spots. Want to switch to carb or nitrous? What do you think? Frank B says, wow. If you just want to do something different, I would go carb and nitrous to switch carb. That's what you said. You said carb and nitrous. Yeah. Shit, man, go for it. If you can get nitrous in your local area, absolutely, man, go for it. Does your car have premium sound? Oh, you're not talking to me. I was about to say, no, my car does not. So Enigma says, sorry, I can't get my old PC to work long enough to watch this. That sucks, man. I wish you could hang around. Matte, yeah, matte finish, satin finish. Yeah. Can I recommend a fuel pump for an almost stock car? Yeah, man, a 255 or either a 340 Aeromotive pump. Any of them, man. It doesn't matter. Quantum, I think, makes some pumps. Me personally, I just go ahead and put a 320 in it and be done with it. Unless you 255, something like that. Either way. I don't know on Sunday I can investigate on the other cars I have access to. So Donnie B, big shout out to you. I got my package in today. So I put this up on Instagram earlier. Let me go grab these things so I can show you guys, because I had a lot of questions about this. So this is what we got for the car. These, at the moment, are really hard to find. I think I got the last set from Anderson. But they're link bar lifters. And these are the retrofit. So I do want to take you guys over here real quick and show you something, because I know people are going to ask. Bear with me, guys. Let me get you set up here. I think this will be beneficial to a lot of people. Well, I know a lot of people aren't watching a live stream, but this particular lobe right here is all the way up, okay? All right. So here's your oil hole right here, okay? This is a Trick Flow Stage 1 camshaft. That lobe is all the way up, and you can see on the camera here that it is still down below the lifter bore, okay? Now, that is a lot different than, let's see here, let me find one right here. Okay, so do you see how that lifter sits? This is going to be your traditional standard lifter here, so pay attention to this. Okay, right down here, this lifter is ready to come out of the bore. I mean, it is, you can't really see it, but it is just right there peeking out. And that worries me, because you could probably get away with this, but if that thing comes out, you're going to start losing oil pressure because you're going to lose your seal here. I mean, that thing is barely in there versus this has a lot more right here left, like a lot more. Look at that. So now, you know, Donnie B will probably still recommend that you run a small base circle cam with this. You know, to be safe, I probably would run a small base circle cam because you still don't have a ton of room, but you definitely have a lot more room with a small lift cam like this. So, I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. I know a lot of people have asked. I know a lot of people have asked about that, and that's going to be what we're going to run. And it looks like they're going to be just fine. Yeah, so Horseplay Motoring says that he has a Quantum 340 and it's flawless. I've run a Quantum before, and those Quantums are great. Yes. So Donnie B says, glad I got the package. Yep, got the package. Thank you so much. So I think those are going to work out just fine. I think I bought the last set, so Donnie B, do you know when you guys may have some more of those lifters in? Did I flip the pistons? No, I didn't flip the pistons on this build. I know that that is something that you can do. I've seen Neo do it. If I'm not mistaken, I think this thing may have been zero decked as it is, so that might not be a good thing if I do that. What up? Heath says, enjoying the content. What will you do with the 17-inch ponies at this point? Looks like you're changing direction. Yeah, I'm probably not going to run the ponies on the new setup, on the new car. I don't know. Maybe I'll paint them to match the color of the car or something like that. But I just don't know at this point. When I was going to do the two-tone, when I was going to do the black and silver, it would have worked out great. But just, I've not put them on the car yet. But I don't think they're going to look that good. So Brandon says, what's up? Just getting off work. You guys haven't even seen the Calypso yet. Or not the Calypso, but the Retro. Calvin says, any plans on doing a meetup in Georgia anytime soon? No plans. I mean, we could possibly do something at some point, but I'm not sure. So Donnie B says he has the individuals in stock, but link bars probably another month. Ooh, okay. Damn supply chain problems. Yeah, so there are, like, that was the last set of the link bar lifters that Anderson had. There are others out there, but boy, they're expensive, and you are going to pay a pretty penny. Those right there are very well priced, and they're very good. Friendly Junko says, just checking in to say hi. Got to go to bed. All right, man. Good night. Glad you could stop by. Put the ponies on the RV. Is it 4-lug? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, it would be pretty cool. Format 77, what's up, man? Just coming in, work on a break. What have I missed? Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. We're just kind of chilling out, talking. We talked about the engine here. Talked about the link bar lifters and a few things like that. I'm going to turn the camera around here in a second and just kind of go over a few of the things that we've got from LMR and from Amazon. Ordered a bunch of stuff for the car. I've also got some new tools coming in tomorrow. So I kind of splurged a little bit, and every once in a while I like to go on a spending spree and get some tools for the shop because I think that's important. It's something that me and Andrew have talked about several times. We both agree. Look, you got to have tools to work on your stuff. And certain tools make your life a lot easier, right? So as you know, we use the Ryobi stuff and Milwaukee. It's pretty much what I use. So I got some new Milwaukee stuff that I think you guys are going to like. I'm going to do like a quick little review on it, let you know what I think about it. But I think it's going to come in real handy. Mustang Guy 6501 says, I just installed a new fender and headlight bucket on the 65. What do you think of the 94 plus up 5.0 starter upgrade. My starter went out and I need to replace it. Yeah, man, I think it's a great idea. I'm going to actually upgrade the starter on the 65. I think at the moment it's got, what's it got? It's got a Foxbody starter on it right now, but just a standard Foxbody. Yeah, man, absolutely. Go to the Mini High Torque. You'll love it. Absolutely. Ford Matt 77 says, please everyone go hit the like button. Thank you so much, Ford Matt. I appreciate you. Anthony says, what's up, brother? Hi. Love my Fox and watching all the possibilities on this channel. The great info on your channel. You help a ton. Thanks. Well, thank you so much, Anthony. I do the best that I can do. You know, here lately we've been just grinding on this channel, just getting after it with stuff. And the problem with living that way is, for me, that means I don't get a lot of camera time. I cannot have this camera in my face when I'm trying to get something done. Like, when I'm on a time crunch, it's just not going to happen. And that's the sad thing. But luckily, I never said that this was a how-to channel. You know, I never said that I was going to show you step-by-step things. Sometimes when I have time, I do it. But I guess that's the only downfall to really just pushing is, you know, if I had somebody who made a video, I could get a lot more videos out. But, you know, I am glad that these videos are helping people and inspiring you. And that's really all it takes. I could show you over and over and over how to do something, but if I don't inspire you to do it, then you're never going to do it, right? So I feel like the best thing to do is get you motivated to show you what you can do and cut out a lot of the fluff. And just show you, if you set your mind to something, you can get shit done. And I don't care if you use my channel to figure out how to do it or not. That's really irrelevant to me. My goal, though, and what I want you to come to my channel for is inspiration. That's what I want you here for. Yes. So I have the Milwaukee. Ed Hayes says that he loves his half-inch Milwaukee impact gun. And I love mine too, man. It's freaking great. Like, I've got the M12, and there's nothing it won't take off. Load nuts. It'll crush a crush sleeve on a pinion, actually. So I haven't been able to watch, keep up with. So I haven't been able to keep up with changing jobs. Is Andrew still playing with his Sonic Blue Lightning? And what's the story for his new Fox? For the new Fox. So Andrew is not messing with the Lightning since Ford takeover of last year. I think he drove it one time. That's Andrew. I don't know what to tell you guys. He's not driven the Foxbody, the black two-tone Foxbody, in a year. His white car he drives maybe once every 2 weeks, something like that. As far as the Project Fox goes, just making a nice driver. That's really all I'm trying to do. Nice little trick flow stage 1 camshaft, some decent heads, 373 gears, AOD, nice super clean interior, cold AC, black tinted windows, nice little sound system, and that's it, guys. That's it. Just freaking drive it, man. Obviously, it's going to be slammed. That's my thing. That's what I like to do. Car's going to be kind of tucked down and just look nice, neat, and clean. That's all I want. It's not going to be fast. I don't care about all that. But it does need to have a little bit of power, a little bit of pep. Yep, most people are not looking for how-to, just motivation and like-minded people to connect to. So, yeah, that's my mindset. So this is the issue. If you're the guy that shows everybody how to do everything, that's cool and all, but those videos don't typically get a lot of views. Those videos just don't, right? But if you can motivate people, people will watch you. Now, I'm not trying to motivate the world, okay? I'm not trying to motivate my Mustang Foxbody specific guys. If it creeps out a little bit further, and that's fine. I have no issue with that. But I've done my best to stay loyal to the Foxbody and at least older Mustang crowd. I want you guys to know that your car doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody says it has to be perfect. You know, don't worry about what your friends, what people on the internet are going to say about your car, either the way you did it or whatever the case may be. As long as you're happy with it, that's truly all that matters. Now, we say that type crap all the time, right? That's all that matters. No, it truly is. It is. We worry too much about what other people think. And we're not having church tonight, guys, but this is a subject, though, that that irritates me, and I think about it a lot. We worry so much about what others think about what we're doing, and half the time they're not even thinking about us, right? They make one little comment, either on your Facebook page or maybe while you're around them or whatever the case may be. One little comment, and that shit sticks with you for years and years or the rest of your life. And you can never seem to get over it because maybe it was something, really negative, or it hit home with you or whatever. These people don't give a shit. It's just something that they spewed out of their mouth at that moment, or either they typed it up and put it on Facebook or somewhere. They're not thinking about you every day, but you're thinking about them, and you're thinking about the negative comment that they left or that they said in front of you, right? And our whole lives are based around proving these people wrong, or either we take offense to it to the point where we can't get any work done because we don't think that we're good enough. I'm here to remind you guys, that shit doesn't matter. Stop worrying about what everybody else thinks. Just stop doing it. While you're thinking about them thinking about you, they're thinking about something else. They're not worried about you. Just not. So let's go back through here. So Jonathan Old says, thank you for motivating me to restore my 89 convertible. It was my pops, and now it will be my kids if I can ever get done with it. That is so cool, man. Jonathan, I love hearing stuff like that. Man, nothing feels better than knowing that I motivate you guys. And it kind of works both ways, because when I put out content that you guys tell me motivates you, that in turn motivates me to do more. That's why I push myself so hard. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's healthy for everybody to push as hard as I push, or as hard as maybe some of you are pushing. I'm sure it's not good all the time, but occasionally it's perfectly fine to do that. I'm just so glad that it's gotten. I know for a fact. And this is what makes me so happy, that we have gotten Foxbodies back on the road that would not have been on the road. And I don't know how many, but I can tell you that's a good feeling. And I absolutely love it. I love it. Most people, yeah, okay. So T-Top Thomas says, when you cut your stock springs, was one coil in the front and 1.5 in the rear? Yes, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it was. I always start with one coil in the front. And then in the back, I typically have to cut about 1.5 or so. And then I play with the isolators. So I can take the isolators, I can put them in and out and change the height. The back end of this car actually needs to come down a little bit more. The front's perfect. So I'll probably cut another 1/4 out. Also, you can shave the top of the springs in the rear. So when you cut them, if you look at them from the factory, they have a real light spring that coils up on the top, and it's tapered. It's tapered so that it sits up on the body of the car, and it's got more surface area, right? They cut the top of that spring up there. You can do the same thing with your springs if you'd like. Same concept, and it'll kind of help them sit a little bit better. And that'll take 1/4 of an inch or so off the height right there. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you cut your springs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you just go back in and grind the end of that spring kind of flat, put a flat top on. Format 77 says, absolutely, you've inspired me more than you probably ever know. Man, that's it, guys. That's my legacy, okay? That's what I want to leave behind. I'm a simple man. That's it. Knowing that this has helped you guys makes me, I don't know, I can sleep better at night. I'm just telling you. Let's see. We'll see. Truth, I held off doing so much work, worrying about other people's opinions. Shit, now I'm tearing my car apart in a storage unit. Engine work, body work, rust repair. I'm just getting it done. So 86 Rusty Stang says, that's what it's all about, man. And once we get out of our own heads and we stop giving a shit what everybody else thinks, look, that's the best position to be. We've all seen, either maybe on a YouTube channel or just some guy, right, let's, Lord, probably going to get banned for this, and I don't mean to piss anybody off or whatever this, because this is a touchy kind of subject here. But typically overweight people are not looked at as cool or sexy or whatever, right? That's what the media wants us to think. A guy with an old rusty vehicle, right? Old rusty truck or whatever the case may be, is not what the media or what the public deems as a nice vehicle, right? You're not supposed to have crap like that. You're supposed to have a new $80,000 pickup truck, live in this house, have this body, and that's that. Guys, we've all seen this overweight dude. I'm just envisioning somebody right off the top of my head. Overweight dude with a big beard, drives a piece of crap pickup truck. But because this dude doesn't give a crap and is just a cool guy, it kind of makes you want an old beat up truck. You know, you're like, maybe he's got a set of wheels on it. I don't know. Just some little something where he tweaked it. He's working with what he's got. The person makes the vehicle cool. Okay? The person makes anything cool. Whatever hobby you're into, if you have a great personality, then that's going to be contagious, and people are going to want to do what you're doing. You make it cool, and I need you guys to understand that. A nice car doesn't make you cool. A cool car does not make you cool. It's your attitude. If you automatically feel like you're below everybody else because you can't afford something that somebody else has, well then guess what? You've already lost. But if you come out, you step out of your rusty ass Foxbody, maybe you got 3 different wheels on it, tent falling off, whatever the case may be, but you like it, then you step out of that car with your chest poked out and your head held high and have a swagger about you. And I promise you this, you may not ever hear it from somebody, but at some point somewhere, somebody's thinking, man, that's a cool ass car. Like I kind of like that. I mean, I know it's old, but that's kind of cool. You make shit cool, okay? It's point blank. We've all seen the dickhead that's got a really nice car, right? But we don't care. We don't even like the car because the dude's a douche. Like you really just don't even care. You're like, oh, all right, man, cool car, but pfft. There's proved my point. I resemble that remark. Listening, I see 12 when it says, you're a product of the company you keep. This is true. You absolutely are. A lot of times, I understand the statement you're making, but no matter what company you keep, you can still be yourself. You can influence bad company, right? You can be around shitty friends that maybe could do better or be better people or whatever. That doesn't mean you have to stoop to their level. That doesn't mean you have to act like them. You can be the better person that maybe inspires them. What it takes is a guy with big balls to stand up and truly do what you want to do. And not let anybody peer pressure you into anything. Whether it's whatever, man, buying a car, drugs, I don't give a shit. Whatever it is. You stand up and you decide that it's cool, and that's that. Okay? That's the secret to everything. That's probably one of the secrets to life if you truly want to know. Because happiness is ultimately what we are out to seek, right? We just want to be happy. Well, it's all mental. I tell you guys this all the time. It's all mental. Be happy with what the hell you have and make somebody want what you have. Make them think that they're the ones that aren't happy. I mean, it's just probably just the case, but I'm saying make them realize that you can be happy and not have everything in the freaking world, man. It doesn't matter. You think I care if somebody lives in $1 million mansion or in a freaking camper out in the woods? I don't care. Are you happy? You make that shit cool. We've all watched some show somewhere where these guys don't have a whole lot, but they're having a good time. And you think, man, I'd almost like give up my nice house to go do something like that because these guys look super happy. Well, it's all mental. There we go. Whatever. What am I sipping on tonight? Nothing at the moment. I have a cousin like that. yeah, if you put blood, sweat, and tears into a car, truck, and yeah, and have a great personality and attitude, yeah. So Mustang Mike 256 gets it. Uh, I don't know. Just think about that. Just honestly, guys, ponder on that tonight before you go to bed, or in the morning if you're working night shift. Uh, let's see here. I'm sorry, just kind of reading through some stuff. Mustang Guy 6501 says, yeah, I seen a very nice 97 to 03 F-150. My favorite truck was beautiful. So I stopped to say hey, but the guy driving it was a real douche. And that's my point. Um, we so often we think that our vehicles or our house or our whatever we have is going to make us a better person or cool or with the in crowd or whatever. Like we're all guilty of it. But ultimately, it's your freaking attitude. It's your demeanor. That's what makes you cool. I'm sorry, man. That's just the way it is. And if you got a shitty attitude and that's just who you are as a person, then you're going to struggle. I don't care if you go out and buy a McLaren. You're still going to be a douche. So fix that first, and then whatever's cool. Show the world, show them you enjoying what you have. That's the best thing you can do. You can make somebody jealous as shit by enjoying something that they can't understand. Eventually they'll want to try it. So Anthony says power seats need to be fixed, not working, and it's annoying because I'm short and it's an inch too far back, but still drivable. I hate power seats though, to be honest. So Anthony, man, I don't know much about the power seats. Just check the connection under there. Take the seat out. You could possibly just lube it up with some WD-40, bump the motor on it, and that's what I would try at least. I drove a big block 85 coupe in high school. It was junk, rusty floors, bungee cords holding the trunk down, but all the people at school loved it because it was junk, but it would run like a scalded dog. So there again. So WizNat Racing. So Zeb, this is the same situation with the 65 Fastback. That car was junk. I mean, it was rusted out. It was horrible, but I loved it. And when you truly don't care, when you truly think, now I guess this could sound wrong here, but when you truly think you're cool and you just don't get it, you're not into what everybody thinks is cool and what they say, like that is when you are truly a cool person. When you just don't care. Like I was unaware that my car was crap. I mean, I knew it was rusty and this and that, but that was cool to me. And I didn't care if you showed up in a new BMW or Mercedes or whatever the case may be. I loved my 65 more than that, right? So I wouldn't have traded. And when you have that about you, as long as you're not arrogant about it, like people are just like, man, like that's pretty cool because this dude's happy and he doesn't have a lot. And they're probably not happy and they have a lot. So FPV says that that's funny you say that about vehicles. I was just thinking that today when it comes to new cars driving around. I take pride in what I've done with my Fox, and I've had it for 20 years. Exactly, man. You got to take pride in what you do and what you have. Yeah, I got a story, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So T-Top Thomas says, I've been told many times that guys are trying to get on my level. It's humbling. Me, I'm trying to get on brutal level. No, brother. No, that car you got, I can understand why they're trying to get on your level. That is a beautiful car, man. And there again, all of our cars, no matter how nice our Fox bodies are, right? They could be $100,000 Fox body. And to some people, they'll turn their noses up at them just because they're old cars. They don't understand the passion behind it. And some of them never will. But the best thing you can do for the Foxbody community, for yourself, or anything that you're into is own that shit. I need you to understand me. Own it. Never question, never waver, none of that. You own that shit and don't let anybody tell you that it's not cool. Because, okay, let me give you a good example. If you went out today, and I'm just going to use this as an example because it's very common. You go out today and you buy yourself a Lamborghini. You know that's a cool car. Somebody walks up off the street and like, your car sucks. You know this dude just being a hater, right? You know that because a Lamborghini is a cool car. Who says though? Who says that the Foxbody isn't a cool car? If you have the same mindset that you have with buying a new Lamborghini, it's ultimately the same thing. I don't care what it is in life, guys. It could be your Foxbody, it could be your house, it could be your job, anything. You keep that mentality, and that's the best thing ever. Don't be a douche about it, but yeah. Let's see. Caught me on lunch break. Nice to see a live stream this time of night, Ryan. Yeah, man, absolutely. We just figured we'd do something a little different tonight. Oh Lord, chat just jumped. So, Pimp says my happiness is directly tied to how little I give a shit about what people think about me. So, Pimp, I want to say this, man. You're blessed to feel that way. A lot of people can't. A lot of people, it truly hurts and affects them when people say negative shit about them. I'm kind of torn on that. I'm 50-50. It depends on what it's about. Most of the time, I can just, I can take it, no big deal. But there's sometimes, depending on what you're talking about, it sucks. It hurts. It cuts deep. And there are just people that way in this world. No matter what, it's going to cut them deep, and it's going to hurt. They can't just not give a shit. I think a lot of us would like to not give a shit more, but you can't. It's something that you can't turn off. I will say that. You always have to work at it. It's just the way that it is. But try it, though, from now on. At least have that air about you, right? At least just pretend like the shit don't bother you. Pretend like whatever the hell you got is perfect for you. Make other people want what you got. Just, I don't know, shit, why not? All right? Don't be an ass or a douche about it, but just try it and see. And eventually, because look, it's all about acceptance, right? That's what makes us feel bad. It makes us feel bad because somebody doesn't accept what we're doing or what we have. That's bullshit. I mean, why do we feel that way? We should never feel that way. Why in the hell do I have to accept what you've got because it costs more money? I mean, who says? I'd field goal that guy's right in the nuts. When I took the rich kid at school in his new vet to the cleaners on our local bridge, everybody realized to leave that old car alone. Zeb says, Wiznat Mustangs. Exactly, man. Sometimes you just got to show them. You got to prove them wrong. So Tulico 16, sorry, I'm sure I screwed that up, says that the same mentality is also key when doing work for others. I run a small fab operation at home, and to me, everyone's car project is cool. Be it a Honda, Mustang, Chevy, and respect them. That's another thing. That is very true. Look, the first thing I think of if you tell me you have a built Honda, I think, but I stop myself. I've been conditioned to think that way. All right? I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just a product of my environment. I've been conditioned to think, oh my God, here we go, import guys. If you truly stop and think about it, man, there's some really passionate guys out there. Man, when Fast and Furious come out, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a Honda. I mean, I didn't do the exhaust thing and stuff like that, but I had a little Honda Accord, 95 Honda Accord that I slammed, put wheels on, painted. It was a clean car, but it was just a driver though. That was it. But I noticed at that point that a lot of guys were putting a lot of money into these cars, and they got a lot of passion. Look, man, this is the thing. If somebody's put $30,000-$40,000 into an older car like that, all right, and you give them shit because it's an import, think about this. These people could have chosen any car they wanted to. They could have bought a Foxbody and done the same thing to it, right? But they didn't want a Foxbody. They wanted what they've got. So leave them the hell alone. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Leave them alone and move on and go about your damn day. And we can have a mutual respect. That's where we need to be in the car world. Have a mutual respect. No, I would never build a Honda. But I don't know. I mean, maybe if I ever rode in a really fast one or been around some of the guys, or I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I could get into it, but I doubt it. But stay open-minded. All right, T-Top. Yeah, absolutely. The grade school system makes us feel that way. Most take it to heart. Yeah, or as a fact of life. Exactly, Rum River. We were taught this system early on. Acceptance. It doesn't have to be that way. What's going on, M-Pence? D4 block 302. What balance is it? I ordered 28 ounce balancers and 28 ounce flywheel. Runs great, but vibrates. It's in my 84 4-speed truck. Man, that's hard to say. 84. I think they went to 50 ounce in 84. I think 83 may have been. Was it 83 the last year, the 28 ounce? I'm not sure on that, but it could be 50 ounce on that. I'm not sure. Do some more research on it. Or guys, help him out on this. So that's Michael asking the question. Is it weird then to have a Fox and a JDM? No, absolutely not, Kyle. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. We're conditioned. I'm conditioned to look at an import or a JDM, and I'm like, ugh. I'm conditioned that way. But when I truly think about it, man, there's some really freaking cool cars. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a stance guy. Now, super cambered out cars and things like that I'm not into. But I'm a wheel guy, and I'm a stance and a fitment guy. There are plenty of imports out there that just make my mouth drop whenever I see them due to the stance and the wheel setup and things like that. And you know what? And sometimes I think it would be very cool to have a nice, clean little turbo diesel import of some sort, right? With a nice little tire setup, quiet, cold AC, smooth ride. I don't know, man. I'm into it. Matter of fact, we did have a Volkswagen Scirocco. I think it was an 87. I can't remember the year. But a Volkswagen Scirocco, and I love that car, and I would love to have another one. That thing was super clean, and it would run for what it was. Mustang Mike says he respects all rides except half-lifted trucks. Man, that's a tough one for me. I try my best to be open-minded, but that shit's just ridiculous. Some of it is too extreme. I don't mind a truck that sits a little bit down in the back. I got no issue with that. I'd prefer that than it be the other way around. So understand that ahead of time. My car the same way. I'd still like the back end of the car just a touch squatted. That's just my preference. But when you start going to the extreme with this stuff, I just can't. I mean, I can't get behind that. Sorry. I try, but I just don't like it. Countryside said, yeah, there's a guy that put in a 2JZ and a Fox. Pretty cool setup. Absolutely. Love all rides, but hate lower trucks because it goes against the logic of a truck. I love a lower truck. I absolutely love a lower truck. But I understand, not everybody's into this stuff. I will say this, anybody watching right now, just please try to keep an open mind as much as you can. I'm pretty open-minded except for with the squatted trucks, guys. I can't. Bulldogging, yeah. I got a lower truck. I mean, I love lower trucks. I like them freaking slammed in the dirt, man. I love it. I had a TDI Jetta that freaking left me like I was. Oh, okay. So that freaking left me like I was sitting still in the 01 V6 5-speed. Oh yeah, That Jetta get on that ass. Matter of fact, our Volkswagen Scirocco outran my '97 Mustang GT that I had. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I've been on for a pretty good while. I just wanted to hang out with you. Sorry if it got kind of churchy. Uh, you know, like I said, I just want to inspire people. I want to remind you that cool is what you decide cool is, whether it be your cars or your family or whatever you got going on in your life. Just stop letting the media tell you what's cool. Don't let me ever tell you what's cool. I mean, sure, I'll talk about it, what's cool to me, and I'll tell people that say, what I like isn't cool. I'll argue that point, but never let anybody tell you what's cool. It's hard to do because like I said, we're conditioned to jump on somebody that doesn't have the same interest. I'm guilty of it myself. But at the same time, the biggest thing is work with what you have and just own it. So I give you an example. Let's say you're down and out at the moment and you can't afford what you really want, right? But let's say you got you a little project Fox or either a project truck, it's like an old Chevrolet truck or something like that, it needs paint. You can't afford to do everything to it. Search around on Craigslist, maybe save up, I don't know, buy you a set of used wheels, put on the truck, clean it up good, maybe get the windows tinted. That truck can become something that you're proud of without being finished. And it can have that under construction look that really intrigues people. This is something that I found out years ago, and I'm about to wrap this up, but years ago I found out that the under construction look is actually generally more appealing than a car that's already finished. And I think the reason is this. When you see a car that's in primer, I'm not talking about just like my car was just primer all over the windows and shit, but it's been primed in spots and sanded and it's almost ready and it's got a set of wheels on it and it's lowered and it's like ready to go. It just needs paint. I think at that point, we all envision that car the way we would want to see it, right? This color, or maybe this guy sees it that color. And I think that's just super appealing to people. And when you paint the car, it may not be the color somebody else liked. And all of a sudden they kind of just, they lose interest in it. Not that it really matters, but my point is that's how I think our brains work a lot of times. So work with what you've got. Put some touches on it that are unique to you and own that shit, man. Own it, brother. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much. I just wanted to do a late live stream for some of the guys that may be working night shift or whatever the case may be. So I do thank you guys. I'll catch you probably, I don't know, Friday in the next video. Holla.